Hello, welcome to the Student Support Portal interview series. Hello everybody, and today we would like to welcome Mary Wilcox, who is the Product Evangelist for Claro Software. Hello Mary.
Hi, thanks for inviting me.
No problem, we're delighted to have you. So yes, we're just going to use this as a quick kind of interview to let all of our viewers out there know a little bit more about Mary and a little bit more about Claro. So Mary, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your role, please?
Well, I've been with Claro for 4 years now, and before that, I was a primary school teacher. And I taught at the same school for 15 years and taught all different age groups and mainly IT. And I was seen as the IT guru at school, which is a bit ridiculous when I'm working now with proper IT gurus who know everything about software. But I left teaching because I fell out of love with it, really. And I really wanted to do something that would still help people, and I could teach people, but not in a school. So I ended up totally different, training to be a bookkeeper. I became a bookkeeper, which is not helping anybody. Well, I suppose it's helping them with their money, but I became a bookkeeper and got a job at Claro because they liked my education background. And then after a few months, I was asked whether I'd like to change my role and use my teaching skills. So that's what I do now. I work for Claro and I show people all our products and how to use them and why they help people with dyslexia or any problem with reading and writing.
That's brilliant. I love the fact that you're working for a company that are innovative enough to, realize what your real strengths are and help you find a position to best utilize your skills. So that says a lot about Claro themselves too. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about the software that you have available then, please?
Yes, it's called Claro Read, and it's a toolbar for your Windows machine or your Mac. We also have a Chrome extension, and then we have apps, and all the products help you because they read the text aloud. Any text, it will read it to you with highlighting so you can follow the text more easily, and you can choose a voice that you like and speed it up, slow it down. So it just takes away the stress and anxiety of trying to read words, and you can concentrate on what it says rather than what each individual word says. So yeah, it's so handy.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yes, I can definitely see the real benefit in that, because you can very quickly lose your train of thought in big text, a big chain of text as well. You mentioned that it is good for people with dyslexia, but is it good for people that may not have dyslexia as well?
Yeah, definitely. If you have any difficulty with concentrating, maybe you have mental health issues or attention difficulties, because it reads to you with the highlighting, you can concentrate more as well. And also it helps people who have eye strain or they don't like to have a screen that's just white, because you can tint the screen a different colour, which makes it all the text much clearer to read. For people with dyslexia, but not just dyslexia.
Yes. And yeah. I think you had mentioned to me previously about it helps people with maybe language too.
Yes, because you can have it read in 30 different languages. You can have the toolbar set in a different language. You can have other languages read to you, so that's great for if you're learning a new language. But also, it's great if English is not your first language. You can learn how to pronounce the words and recognise the writing in the other language too.
Okay, lovely. And what about the voice? Can you select different voices, or
there are 100 different voices to choose from, and there's different accents like Indian, Australian, American, Scottish. And so you can choose one that you like to listen to. Sometimes you like to listen to something that's similar to your own voice, and sometimes totally different, but you can choose it. The apps also have children's voices, which is really good. I like those too. So, yeah, you've got a wide range, and we use the highest quality voices available. And why do we do that? Well, it reads in context. If you've got not such a good quality voice, it won't read in context. What I mean is, like, the word wind could be pronounced wind, and less quality voices won't realise that and will read it incorrectly. But when you're using Claro Read, it will read it correctly.
Yes. So Mary, that sounds, it really is interesting. Do you happen to have a favourite voice yourself, or do you change the voices depending on your mood?
I quite like Serena, and I use Daniel a lot as well. But I find that George's voice is quite clear, but I think it sounds like he's had a bad day. He sounds a bit depressed. So I don't use George so much. A lot of people like Oliver. Oliver has got a mild Scottish accent. That's quite nice too.
Mary, the practicalities and the logistics of actually using this. So you said that it can appear in a web bar and an app. So does that mean that it's across all devices?
Yeah, you can use it whatever you've got. So if you've got a Windows machine, you've got the toolbar, and a Mac as well. But also we have the Chrome extension, so in your web browser you can use it. And we have an Edge extension too, that's very new. And then we have apps for iOS and for Android, so you can use it on your iPad or on your phone. So wherever you are and whatever you're using, you can use a Claro product to help you with the reading and writing.
Great. And also, I want to ask you, I know that some people might not be aware, but as I've already said, I think you look like some kind of cool pop star with your red background.
Yes, here I am. I'm going red for Dyslexia Awareness Week. I've got a cool T-shirt as well. Maybe I should have worn it. I've got this too.
Oh, I love
it. Just to make people aware of dyslexia, and I'm concerned that it's so difficult in England to get a diagnosis, and there's more than 80% of dyslexics leave school without a diagnosis, and that's crazy, because that means they'll have to carry on struggling with their dyslexia, and they don't need to, because there's lots of great products like Claro that can help you. So I really want things to change and the government to decide to make it much easier to get a diagnosis.
Yeah, well, I fully support you with that, not only in my professional capacity, but I already shared with you that I found out when I was 17, after I left school, that I am dyslexic. And as a result, have only started using assistive technologies like Claro in my late 30s. So I shall be turning everything red for this week as well. So thank you very much. Great. And have you had any new developments recently?
Yeah, a few weeks ago we released Claro Read 9, which has lots of new features, including it reading in Outlook just like it would in Word with the highlighting. That's really good. And we've got a true black feature in Claro View, the screen tinting, which keeps all the text properly black. Before, it tinted it a little bit, making it a little bit grey, but now it's fully black, so that it's, again, easier to read the text.
More contrast. Contrast will be very key.
And then we've got a new product out called Writing Helper, Claro Writing Helper, and that helps you when you're writing essays. So it will make sure that you're on track for deadlines, you've written the right amount of words, you've not plagiarized, which is really useful. It prompts you to reword things, and creates a bibliography as well. So it's really great.
Oh, yeah, very, very helpful. And now I see that being particularly useful for slightly older children, maybe, university age, or writing reports from, GCSE or higher. Now,
Yeah, lots of people have said, "Oh, I wish that was available when I was a student."
yeah, absolutely. But also, am I correct in thinking that there'd be a lot of younger people using this through with their teachers and everything too?
Yes, it's used in secondary school, especially during exams. If a student needs a reader, instead of having a person sat next to them, you can use Claro Read. It's approved to be used in exams. So they feel more independent. And if they want a question read 20 times, they can do. So it's really, really great in exams as well.
Yes, it saves those awkward conversations of having to ask the person to repeat themselves plenty of times just by the click of a button.
Yep. Yeah, and more than one student can be in the same room, of course, because you've got your headphones in listening to it. Whereas if you had a person there to read to you, you'd have to be in a separate room from everyone else. So that's good.
And then how does it work sort of installation wise? Are there licenses, or are they kind of one-off purchases, or how does this work?
You can buy an individual license for it, and that you just install it onto your computer. It's actually 2 activations, so you can install it on 2 machines or even on a pen drive, and then choose which machine you're going to use. We also offer site licenses as well. So you can choose what you want, whether you want it just on an individual one or on a site license.
Okay, great. Brilliant. So the site licenses, for example, could be good for a college or a university or a school who would want to have multiple users.
Yes.
But then obviously this is also available for parents that might want to trial it with their children or even themselves. They can just buy the individual license too.
They can, and if the school or college or university has a site license, you can get a code from us to buy it with an 80% discount. So that's really great too. Yeah,
80%. That is a pretty hefty discount. Excellent.
Yeah. And you can download from our website a 15-day trial, so you can have a try and see what you think.
Okay, perfect. And that will all be available for people through the student support portal anyway. And they'll be able to find you. You have your own account on there. So if anybody's wanting to reach out to Mary, you can send her a message through the portal, or any other questions that you might have. I'm sure that you're there for. And do you do demonstrations and things then in your evangelist role?
Yes, on my evangelist role. Yes, if you want a one-to-one demonstration, you can just go on our website, and there's a book an appointment button. You can click on that and choose a date and time that suits you, and I'll do a demonstration. Or you could visit our YouTube channel. We've got lots of videos there to show you how it works.
Excellent. I think quite a few of those are posted on the portal as well for people to go and view and find as well. So thank you so much, Mary. That was great. It was lovely chatting to you. Thank you for watching this episode. My name is Anna Egner, Community and Business Development Manager at the Student Support Portal, and I'm here to answer any questions. You can contact me via anna@studentsupportportal.com. That's ANNA@studentsupportportal.com, or alternatively, message me on my portal profile. Many thanks.